Good morning, Valley. Today on Valley por Vida, we've got a lot in store for you. The show starts right now. Hi there, and thanks again for joining us this morning. I'm your host, Danielle Banda. Well, did you know that more than 50 million Americans experience some form of allergy every single year? Whether that be food, pollen, dust, dander, mold, or pretty much any other allergy that you can think of, they can bring us down. And while you may be tempted to turn to over-the-counter medicines, there may be some other more natural approaches to those allergy struggles. So we went ahead and spoke with a certified clinical nutritionist, chiropractor, and functional medicine practitioner to learn more. Go ahead and take a look at today's Health Check segment.
Hello, I'm Dr. Vicki Peterson, and today we're going to talk a little bit about allergies. If you suffer from allergies, whether they're seasonal or all year round, you just want to blame that plant or whatever it is growing in your environment that you've identified. And I remember as a kid, I grew up in New York, and there was a plant there called goldenrod. It was very beautiful. It's this orangey pink color, but boy, it was not my friend. I had horrible allergy reactions, and my dad was the same way, so I was told it was genetic, and that's not the case. So what an allergy is it's an inappropriate reaction. Now, we're not talking about food allergies, we're talking about environmental allergies at the moment. A food allergy is a bit different. So environmentally speaking, what a reaction is, it's an inappropriate reaction, because like that plant I was reacting to, or any pollen that you might be reacting to, I say inappropriate because it's not really a toxin. Now, if we took some bleach and, kind of wafted it under your nose, your eyes would water and your nose would water, and that's a correct response. Okay, that's an appropriate response, because those fumes are toxic and caustic and could burn the membranes of your eyes and your nose. Your body just rushes this water out as a protective response. So that is an appropriate reaction. But that plant and that pollen that's not truly a toxin, then it's inappropriate. So your body makes a chemical called histamine, and the environment causes you to make histamine in response to something, but you should also be able to make the antihistamine. So if you've been taking drugs that are antihistamines, they can definitely quell those symptoms, but the problem is that it can make you drowsy and you're kind of miserable. So patients say, oh, I'm either blowing my nose all day long, or I'm half asleep. So and neither one is a very comfortable situation. But if your body's immune system is working properly, as that histamine reaction is starting to occur, your body quickly makes enough antihistamine to balance it out, and you never even have the first sneeze or the first, watery eyes or itchy nose of traditional allergy symptoms. So the histamine comes up in response to something, you quickly make antihistamine, you don't even notice. This whole thing is happening internally. So if you're an allergy sufferer, what can we do? You definitely want to look for, on a deeper level, look at your immune system, because it's an immune reaction, this inappropriate reaction. You should have the ability to quickly make enough antihistamine. Also, if you do tend to have allergies, especially all year round, you have what's called a hypervigilant immune system. It's just looking for something that it doesn't like, even though it's not a legitimate bad guy. So it, again, inappropriate. So we want to look at strengthening your immune system so it's not so, fearful and wanting to react to everything that it sees. And that, again, that comes from gut health, because 80% of your immune system is in your gut. You want to look at your diet. You want to look for any food sensitivities, not allergies in this case, food sensitivities. Probiotics is something that is often recommended for allergies, and the undercurrent of that is that the probiotics are just feeding the good bacteria in your gut. And when you have a nice balance of good bacteria over bad bacteria, then what happens is you have a healthier immune system and a more appropriate response once again to infections and allergic type of situations. So it's just balancing and strengthening that immune system. Vitamin C is another great vitamin. So it's got wonderful natural not only immune boosting properties but allergy reducing properties, so a natural antihistamine. And you can minimally take 2 grams per day, but it is fun, the things that I find fun, but it is fun to find out what your bowel tolerance is of vitamin C. So how much do your tissues need? So this is a very sort of personalized test that costs you nothing to do. So you take about 500 milligrams every hour. Do this when you don't have to, be somewhere and be at a meeting, because what you want is 500 milligrams of C every hour. You can get buffered C, that's the kindest to your system for this. And then you just want to find out when you've spilled over into your tissues can't absorb anymore. And so the way you do the test is 500 milligrams every hour until you start getting a little gassy. And that gas precedes loose stools. So if you don't want to be running to the bathroom and try to avoid that, at that first sign of sort of gassiness, you're farting a little bit to make it clear, then what you want to do is say, okay, I've reached bowel tolerance, and see what that was. Maybe you were at 5 grams, so then you can take that down to 4.5 grams, 4,500 and milligrams, and do that every day, and do that for a couple months, and see if you don't feel overall stronger.
Again, Dr. Peterson says there are several natural allergy-reducing antihistamines that we can try out, including those on your screen, among others. Now be sure to visit rootcausemedicalclinics.com for more information. All right, well, everyone's looking to get fit and get in shape so that we can live healthier lives. But we've been looking for improved ways to do that since being in quarantine in the height of the pandemic. So we went ahead and visited a gym in Raymondville to learn all about how one of their personal trainers has some tips and tricks for us to keep in mind when it comes to continuing those at-home workouts. Here's today's Get Fit RGB segment.
Good morning, everyone. This is Laura here. Welcome to Fit 540. Today I want to give you some tips where you can work out at home. There's a lot of great workouts you can do at home, and one great one is using a band. So what you'll do is you put your band on and you'll start with some squats. We're going to start off with a trio. So we're going to do squat, squat, reverse lunge. So you'll start with a slight squat, shoulder width apart, go down, come back up, feet together, down, up, reverse lunge, back together. And you're going to do that for a set of 3 sets of 15 on both legs. Our next workout would be what we call a glute bridge. You'll come down to the floor, flat back, knees up, slightly spread about shoulder width apart. Then what you're going to do is palms down on your mat, and you're going to raise your pelvis up to do a bridge. And you're going to do that again for 3 sets of 15. One of my favorite workouts that I always tell my girls to do is a set of 3 ab workouts. And this will get you ready if you're going to the beach, the pool, or if you're trying to get into your little black dress. So what you'll do is you'll lay flat on the ground. Your first workout would be raise your feet up 6 inches off the ground, and you're just going to pull. Again, 3 sets of 15. 3 sets of 15 is my favorite, obviously. Next thing what we'll do is a reverse crunch. What you do is lay on the floor, feet down on the ground, and you're gonna raise them up like a crunch, just backwards. So you'll lift your feet up off the ground with your tailbone off the ground and back down. 3 sets of 15. Last one that we'll be doing is a toe tap. So this is a little different from a lot of other toe taps. What you'll do is you'll have your feet straight up and you're gonna reach up to your toes. So it's a right hand, left hand is a 1 set. So again, 3 sets of 15. Do this every time right before you're getting ready to go out. And it will ensure a flat tummy while you're in that pretty dress. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoy these tips. And you know what? Stop by. Maybe you can join one of my early morning classes. For more information or any questions, please follow us on Facebook or give us a phone call to Fit 540.
Feel free to visit their website or social media page if you'd like to join their gym. All right, well, it's time now to take a commercial break, and then we've got to look at your local weather updates. But be sure to stay tuned because Valley por Vida will be back. And we'll have info on a special virtual event called the Passionistas Project, honoring humanitarians like Margaret Cho and Jane Goodall. Details on how you can lend support for the cause, plus more, coming up.